My heart is singing.
Hello, everybody! It's your Wonderful Wind Mage, your Cruz Ship servant, Chartreuse Proxy, ever and always at your service now. I hope everybody's doing well today. Today is a very busy Thursday of mine, actually, March 13, 2025. I feel like every single time, every single time I want to say March, when I'm calling out what this date of recording is, I immediately think Honkai Star Rail. Thank you, March 7th. That is actually the easiest amount of free advertising ever to name a character literally just a day in the calendar year. I don't play Star Rail, but I have a lot of friends that do, and well, here we go again with talking about it all. I should say first and foremost too, this is an open call stream when it comes to it, so if you do want to just join in, talk to me about Red Dragon and whatever, I should put myself in my little on-air section when it comes to it for my server. And if people want to talk, we can do so. But otherwise, I'm going to chill around, have a good time, and as probably the title of the stream suggests, I am going to be working on fixing up cards and everything like that for some of my friends for the Red Dragon Inn. Because since we've been playing modded decks and everything like that, well, I say we, it's two people. It's myself and, D3, or Moa Mao, as you may call them or so when it comes to it. Speaking of, I actually need to download their file so I can work on their cards. It is all about all the fun that we have when it comes to a little balance, and we've gotten through a good amount of balance testing when it comes to it. I've gone through a total, I've gone through a total of 7 balance tests. D3 is now on 12, and we're still going on with that. So I thought to myself, instead of just doing it offline, why not talk about it or so? Because I've been having a good time talking about it in my Discord, and hey, well, at least it's something to do. Because otherwise, this is also a good excuse for me to boot up Pixar and what's his face, and start working on my thumbnails for all those videos and everything. So I still need to figure out if I want to cut the last 2 videos that we did on stream yesterday, the 6.5-hour stream, to be all together in one big video, or if I'd want it to instead be in like a few separate episodes or so, because those were marathon games, I am telling you. And it's not like I can't necessarily have a marathon game by itself, but it is hilarious on its own right when it comes to be, rather. And that, and if I look at my own upload schedule, it's not like I'm really hurting on the VOD side when it comes to it or so. I mean, this will supply me all the way over until April 14 right now, just about or so. So I'm just kind of chilling on that end. Make a card that's just a giant Ahoge? Yeah, I mean, that exists. D3 returns? Well, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Should also say, if you want to join me on stream and talk RDI, so on card games with me, just join a VC and ping me. Here's what I'm gonna do. Join here to enter stream. I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna change what's his face. I'm gonna change things around for. So that way I'll have the upper deck whenever, and then I'll just really make a whole channel just to have joining stream. That'll be good. Alright, yeah, chill. We'll get on this end. Well, let's join in, friends. Hello, you two. How are y'all doing?
Doing good. I smelled the RDI, and then I looked over on I saw this series of messages like, oh, it's time to just discuss it and be nerds.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna get to discuss balance and everything like that or so when it comes to it. So, yay! We get to be nerdy about this. Nerdy about card games. Perish the thought when it comes to it. I boot up my sheet of my breakdown, and I see 2 anonymous users already, so here we go. Oh, introduce yourselves, friends.
Hi, my name's D3 Damage and Moa. I've been working with Cruzy on several of these RDI cards already, and I've started the process of messing with the big file that has everything on it.
Alright,
Cool.
fine on.
And our other friend here that we have is...
Hello, I'm Jess Luggo.
Yeah. Welcome aboard, you two. Yeah, this is just gonna be a chill stream, and we're just gonna be talking as I'm mashing away at your deck, D3. First and foremost, I'm going to group all of this into my own folder on my computer, and then I'm going, when I send it back to you, I can also import it to tabletop myself just to test, and then you can really just save it as your own object too, actually, to make it simple as possible when we get to it. At least for now, I need to put all of this into one nice big folder. But did y'all have a good day today? Hopefully?
Yeah, I would say so.
There you go. Anything special or not really? Just for me, it was just a working day. I just worked all day. That was it.
Yeah, it's very average on my end.
So, started the process of working on a commission, but they haven't gotten back to me yet. And when I look over their streaming right now, which I'm like, oh, okay, got it. So they're probably not going to get to it until after stream, which kind of throws my whole weekend into a futz, but it's fine.
That is annoying. I will not lie.
Yeah, on the positive side, though, I did get to do all the setup work for the Cutie Pie stream for 3/14 tomorrow. Yeah, the Rabbit and Still tournament thingy.
Yeah, and I know that you talked about that to me before, and I didn't join the Discord immediately because I needed to see if I had plans or so. And on that end, I am still working really late at night, so there's that. And also, even if I want to, at this point, I was like, I could still potentially do that, but Split Fiction had come out, and Flaney and I only did like once a week or so to maybe play games. So I am deferring to my beloved.
No.
If it comes out,
fair.
we're actually still a maybe on that tomorrow. We'll have to see, even.
Fair enough.
In the meantime, something that I need to do on my own end is, even though I have the master sheet and it has this community one here as my Maid stuff, I just need to literally just go to your Google Doc, your sheet, D3, and just copy paste Moa Mao as its own, quite frankly. That way I don't have to keep bouncing back and forth on it.
Yeah, you can kind of see like some of the struggles I ran into here, where like the card text is all over the fucking place. I had very little. Yeah.
You know, like you said, at least Krita is different in all versions and everything like that or so, but I can do something.
You can kind of see it though, right? Where it's just like, wait, how come it's like this? Why is it doing this? I don't know. Welcome to Krita. I have a very big love-hate. Yeah.
I was able to copy Moa Mao straight over to my side. There we go. Perfect. Alright, let me do some organization. Flaney isn't been able to come around, so I'll hide her thing. Maid Cruzy still in progress, I'll put that on the side, but otherwise, yeah, the horizontal side. So, first and foremost, to address in chat, Happy said, hey Cruzy, how many times has the 1 billion point reward been claimed? It seems a bit lonely. No, that's there for a meme. That's not happening, guys.
The 1 billion point reward?
Yes. Learn disappearance of...
It is a 1 billion channel point reward called the disappearance of my vocal cords, which is literally just a meme, but if somebody redeemed it, then I would be contractually obligated by my chat to karaoke the disappearance of Hatsune Miku.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds hard.
Have you never heard the disappearance of Hatsune Miku?
No.
Do you know Eminem's Rap God?
Oh.
It's way worse than that. I probably shouldn't play it on stream, so instead I'm just gonna send it in this little channel here. Have fun. Listen to how it opens.
I can't
Just
see it.
do it on the side. Yeah, that's never gonna happen. I'm never doing that.
Yeah, fuck, I was just looking up online.
Yeah, it's really just called the disappearance of Hatsune Miku. But Kat, if you're in the channel, yeah, most characters when it comes to it for potential, right? You had that question of people having the ability to leave an ante versus people having ability to leave an ante or ignore a drink, and it bounces back and forth. It's either one or the other, primarily skewed. So some characters will have like only the ability to leave ante, and none of those either or leave an ante or ignore drink cards, or it's both, or it's they don't have a way to leave ante by itself, and instead those ignores are just straight up. It's either these are both my drink and ignore antes. It's gonna be double dipping, but my quality overall, my deck quality is going down. So you can kind of skew around on that, Cat, but the average is still 2 to 3 on those sides there. 2 to 3 of those cards in general.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling around as if I have my Google Sheet up. No, I have Krita up on that end, so I need to put another window display on that end. Oopsie. That way I can bounce back and forth on that, since I'm going to be referencing this a lot here. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how many characters have a leave ante or / ignore gambling and a ignore ante / stream. And it's not very many, which I'm kind of surprised by.
The main thing is like when it comes to it, it's because like gambling can already be a pretty, it's a pretty, what's the word to put it here? Well, first let me organize, that way I can actually pull up the sheet on the stream here. It's already its own, as we explained, on balancing your deck. When it comes to it, it's its own sub-game in of itself, since besides, tip the wench or like, other specific ways for you having to pay for your card and everything like that or so, it's already its own sub-genre of, this is a much shorter resource pool that we're playing with or so. So it's a lot harder to get to meaningfully interact with it, or if you can do so, that is, at the cost of the rest of your overall deck. Considering how in a 40-card deck, when at average 14 to 15 cards of your deck is gambling or so, any more or less skewing towards or away from it means that you are sacrificing those deck slots for whatever that you're going up or down in. The fact that I have 12 is both for flavor and, well, technically 11. I have 12 if I include one way to leave gambling, but that's really it for myself when it comes to it. That's really on my side because I want to have more cards to interact out of gambling, not just my own flavor whenever it comes to it then. Want to be able to watch around for one, but I will be sure to watch the archive streamed afterwards for sure. Thank you as always, Ed, anyway, but I will say, I have, let's see here. So, my problem on my upload schedule, hilariously, is that I want to be able to, I need to pull this up on this browser here, so let me pull it up there, is that I want to be able to upload my VODs. I always have it every other day in my 4 o'clock slot, but I also am sitting on, because I was trying out my old Shadowplay clips on basically 6 small montage videos, that's like a minute or 2 each, of just like random Deadlock clips before the map update happened, so I just want to get them out of here. But then I also have so much Monster Hunter stuff that I need to get out on time while it's still new. Look, I'm suffering from success with having only 2 upload slots. So if you want to watch the rest of this VOD, watch on Twitch, or otherwise it's going out in April for YouTube! Woo! Totally fine, though. I need this buffer considering my vacation is 2nd week of April anyway. 6 through 12, so I need to notate that on my own chart here anyway. Yeah, once again, welcome to Business Student Cruzy. She is absolutely using these sheets, actually, for her own little notebooks. Great. I'm a nerd.
Yeah, you know how I found out that you could have multiple tabs of Excel in one sheet? I didn't know that.
Yep, well, let me ask you this then, or so. And this is the way I'm gonna phrase this sounds like degrading, but it's not. It's like legitimately. It's like, what did you graduate in, or so?
Biology.
Biology. Okay, that's something I just didn't know, because at least for me, I'm an international business graduate, actually, when it comes to it overall. And the main thing about it is that I had to take 2 accounting classes and 2 Excel classes, basically.
Yeah.
So I got to learn the mechanics in one, and I got to learn how to make formulas in another, basically, when it comes to it. So this is me just flexing on that, even though it seems rudimentary. If you ever are in an office job, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, and not even once.
Yeah, but this is how it's nice and organized, and thankfully Google, instead of having to pay for Microsoft Excel or anything like that or so, Google Sheets does everything fine enough too.
Yeah.
Alright. So let me go, I'm just doing things in alphabetical, quite frankly, here. So let me just get the typesetting, but otherwise then, let us get on with this here. So, on your side, Jazz, you were suggesting your own ideas for your custom deck, right?
Yeah.
Well, give ideas when it comes to this here. Namely, what I mean by ideas is what brought about this idea here. Because at the very least, the only thing that I know about the flavor, if it's going to be like, if you're playing as yourself, or if it's something, is Lim's Company, because I'm seeing all the associations.
Okay. Yeah, basically it's a homebrew character. Basically, for a while, I've been trying to do a game in a... Basically, I found a version of the Big Moon series for tabletop.
Yeah.
And basically, I'm trying to make the my DM PC.
There you go. Let's see here. I just realized I can do something really easy with my typesetting, which is I will just pull the base text when it comes to it for some of my cards. Just post onto yours instead of having to do every line individually like you've done here.
Yep. I had to, because the shift enter function wasn't working for whatever freaking reason, everything had to be its own line, which made entering everything in a nightmare.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't really do too much about it at that end. That just kind of blows out of the water. But that's why we work together on this. And quite frankly, if you didn't meet me, we wouldn't be making Red Dragon Inn. You wouldn't be playing Red Dragon Inn anyway, so here we are. Oh my god, here we are.
Also, I think this is one of the few cards that actually has a text change in it,
Yep.
I think.
We changed it, and you DM'd it to me or so. It was all concerning that Battle Lust, as we talked about before. They need to stroll through DMs, because it was just remove, gain 1 Battle Lust at the bottom of the card, exactly so.
Yeah, there's the first one that's part of like the defensive aspect. I think it's fine. It adds interaction. The second one, it's like, is it excessive? I don't know.
Yeah.
It kind of felt excessive sometimes.
And I need to check, how big was my text on these ones here? 14 or 15. Copy that, Cruzy. But I feel like, especially so after the last playtest that we did there, even if it was a shorter round for some people, people.
You.
Me? No, Cat died first. You kidding me?
Cat died so fast. I didn't know what to say. I was just like, wait, they're dead? I remember.
It's like I both felt so bad, but at the same time, it's like, they play it all the time. They play Red Dragon Inn all the time. They'll be fine.
You know what it was for me? I remember thinking, man, it's pretty early. They have a ton of health. And then I see a little yellow number next to their name. I'm like, wait, what does that say? That can't be right. I look over at their gold pile and they have 2 gold. I was like, wait, it's turn 1. I haven't even had my second turn yet.
Remember, right? I died before I could have my 3rd turn, for crying out loud. Like, the game absolutely blew to hell and high water so fast. What's a good bit partially due to the fact that everything went down the drain when half of the table took a drink that dealt 7 damage. I was at 12 health on round 1, turn 1. 12 health.
Yo.
Things are ridiculous. I could also just copy paste this. What am I doing? I may not use this card to ignore a round of gambling. Simple enough.
Yeah, and I did think I didn't catch on that I had done this. This was definitely unintentional. I was like, oh yeah, I don't have any dead out of gambling cards. Like none, not even one.
There you go.
Yeah, completely unintentional. I mean, definitely intended. Ha 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 ha.
Battle Lust. Oh, this.
We got about gambling, didn't you?
There we go, and then I need to also, from now on, we need to make another layer that's going to be your gem colors. You said blue and gold when we talked about this, right?
Yes, sapphire and gold. Ooh.
Gem colors? Let's say, I should honestly just stream myself whenever I'm doing more of my editing work, because this is, once again, this is just my constant at all times or so, and quite frankly, I could also, I really could just continue making this part of my usual, part of my usual upload cycle. I need to also look back. Where did I get my gem colors from? I need to look back at trims. That outer trim was early, so I need to look back at my early functions, so that way I can get through this. Is that from OML? Hello, Sunny. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, so that card game that we played together, the Red Dragon Inn, we are working on modding it whenever it comes to it or so. So to that end, I am trying to help work on that stuff or so.
Alright, there we go.
Yeah, so we're working on that stuff, and I'm helping them make their own deck and everything, meaning that I'm helping with typesetting and stuff like that, and everything like that or so. Which is great. Also, it's been a little while, Lovely. I hope you've been doing well enough. Everything going well on your side of the world? Gem template, that's what I need to copy-paste. For rival some buds, I want to say hi. Yeah, well, once again, thank you at least for just coming along. I hope that you are relaxing well enough and just, you know, chilling out in general. That's literally just the gem template. Really? Was it?
There is probably an easy way to do that without like doing a ton of extra work.
Mm-hmm.
So on the card itself,
Yeah.
you can find the layer that the gem is on,
That's the
and then put.
That's the problem. The outer trim is the entirety, as you're seeing right here. The whole trim, gem included.
Okay.
I remember on my drafts, I think I remember literally cutting the gem specifically out on its own. As you can see here, and then I literally just copy-pasted and moved it over each of it here. So I'm just gonna recolor it and then just probably do the same thing when it comes to it, honestly.
Okay.
And then we'll just see, because I'm just literally just gonna run it through an opacity. I'm just gonna adjust the opacity on an overall layer, and then we just go on from there. On my wall.
Yeah, I was like, you could probably just use a color layer to do like half the work.
Potentially, but either way. But there you go. It's blue now. That's my attack. We're happy with this, right? We're happy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was trying to see if there was an easy way out, but otherwise, you know, it's not a big deal. There we go. We got one gem. I need to copy paste for gold, and then we're good to go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me group these two together. No, I meant to merge the layer, idiot. There you go. That's gem 1. Opacity. Thank you. A little bit more on the opacity. That's still not gold enough. Yeah, that'll be fine. Merge, thank you. And then let's gold, blue gem, gold gem. Otherwise, as we're talking about this or so, like, we don't have anything necessarily too outstanding when it comes to it for balancing otherwise for your side. I don't think, D3. I think we're pretty solid when it comes to it then.
Yeah, a lot of it's just base rules changes more than it is like any individual card changes, right?
Yeah.
Just to open up more areas of interaction, because the gambling and contest is gold interaction. That's this form of interaction that was missing before.
Do you want it? I'm sorry, do you want to be like blue? I'm sorry, do you want it to be more blue or more gold gems? Because I'm just gonna have them alternating on your borders.
Probably more blue.
Or blue. Alright, in that case, gold goes in the middle, blue on the corners then. And then I can just copy paste this template for the future. Woo! I am very smart at this. Very good at my job. I'm moving the whole border! That is not good at my job. That is absolutely... I caught it, Crazy.
I caught it.
No, that's another that. I need another blue gem. Thank you. Perfect. What was that there? Did you have any other, like, going back to you, Jazz, did you have any other stronger ideas at the moment brewing? Or is that, like, is your custom contract system just, like, the start of what I guess we can consider your ideas at the moment?
As of right now, I was mainly thinking of just focusing on contracts for now.
Yeah, it's no problem, of course. You know, I'm just, you know, spreading out ideas. Because otherwise, I'm going to probably, as we do this here, continue to wax on about my current ideas with my Maid deck. Look at that. That's nice. Those gems are nice. It matches your colors all together, and now I can just copy-paste this card trim for the future. Woo! I'm great at my job. Nice. Wait, I can save it for all future templates. But at least, like, I don't know if you got a chance to immediately... I know that you, like, put that study emote on my chat right there. But otherwise, any immediate strong thoughts that come to your mind with my debt so far? Or, like, that initial base idea? It still is a workshop at the moment that I am working through on that.
So, when I look at it, my immediate thought is that declaring someone to be your master, it will feel very different based on whether it's a card effect or if it's an on-turn effect. And I think that's the first thing that I was eyeballing. Because I think on turn, you're basically going to be switching your master every turn.
Yep, and that's the intention.
And then I wonder how much use you'll actually get out of it. Because timing anything you do would be very difficult.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But depending on how the card interaction is, it could be totally fine. All right, and so I think that's my main point. Like, until cards get made, I think the idea is neat, but there's no idea of where the execution stands at quite yet.
Yeah, I getcha. I know, at least for me right now, that is just like the same idea of like how I want to potentially workshop the rest of the deck when it comes to it. But otherwise, I'm just still, you know, I'm flailing around. The main thing is, like, I want to make sure that I don't have to. I want to be able to interact with everybody when it comes to it necessarily. Now, I don't want to just, you know, just pick and choose and say, yeah, no, I don't need to deal with you ever. That's gonna be the main thing I want to avoid with it. But I'm not sure how I want to delegate it otherwise. If I'm gonna have it be something like I literally just have like I just get everybody's stuff all together in like in a big in a sub deck, and just at the start of my turn I just draw from that pile or so. Just otherwise, I don't want I want to just keep it kind of with every other deck that has its own gimmick of I only want one card to it's supposed to let me change my master. And that would rather be more of an sometimes or anytime, depending on how badly that goes. But then again, I'm not trying to play 2 esports for my deck. I am simply keeping it as, I don't care if I win or lose with this. This is my own side. Now, is that good for balance? Definitely not. But it's my own side, so...
Yeah, I think you might find the same thing that I've run into, where, like, just by the nature of having any table politics at all, you might be stronger than you think without intending to be.
Oh, the thing is that the master choice is more out of, like, once again, because it's gonna be, because it's not necessarily I'm gonna be able to get to choose it at all times. It's rather, I think my initial draft that I have at the moment right now is sticking to the idea of I just like draw from a hat from that end, and I only I have to at least have everybody be my master once to there. That it's that the politicking is not my intention. Rather, it's just more for I am always interacting with somebody, 2 or 3 people with my stuff, rather than if why should I choose you? That's not my intention with my deck.
Oh, okay, yeah. So part of the drawing from the hat thing was that there's a dynamic number of players, and so that might actually become a little bit difficult to implement mechanically, right? You might as well just roll a dice. I would say rolling a dice might actually just be just as effective at that point, right?
I mean, I was my initial thought was like, if we have like 4 people here, I'm just gonna have like a D4. It was legitimate. It was gonna be like a D4, or I was really just gonna stuff a bunch of like different colors that we have. Like I'm just gonna stuff like the 10 primary colors that you can be on Tabletop Sim in a nice little small folder, and I'll really just pull it out. I would just only keep the colors in, and then I'll just pull it every turn. Like I'll flip it over and be like, all right, whoever pink is, that's my master for the turn. That way, it's nice. Everybody immediately knows just on tabletop who it is, and we easily keep track of who I've already been with.
All right, that should probably work then. A little, just a set of cards. All these just the colors from tabletop.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna do.
I mean, that'll probably work just fine.
Also, real quick on your side, just for clarity when it comes to it, all of the tabletop cards or so, just to size it with the rectangle or so, they just have the white background. But on yours, you had this nice little orange background or so. Do you want me to keep that?
Yes.
Okay.
It's easy enough to scale it once it's in tabletop. It's not a big deal at all.
Yeah, no, I'm just, I'm just, putting it out there. Alright, export this, make sure it exported correctly before I go on with my next card.
Yep.
I need to go into my folders upon subfolders.
Yep. And let's find out. Does it export it correctly as a PNG? Does it randomly export it as a KRA sometimes?
Yep. Alright, it is a PNG, and I've updated the file, because I can always re-download the old one anyway, and besides, this is work in progress. So let's keep going on. Alright, good job, Cruzy. You're doing really good.
Yep. And everything else should be... Well, oh, right. There was a question of language on some of them, but we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah. We'll figure it out, but for now, it's just... we are doing the boring laborious work of card trimming. Of card setting right now.
Yep, making the, Jesus Christ, why does it do this?
Why? Hello? Why'd you offset? The fuck?
Why is it... God bless.
We're fine. Alright. We're fine. God, do I love art programs.
Do I love... Really? Okay, I should be clear. This is 99% a Krita thing. How do I explain art programs? So there's different power levels of art program, right? And they generally range from freemium to you are using Photoshop, right? Krita is pretty unique in that it's inarguably the most powerful free program because it's the one that can do everything that Photoshop can do. However, there's a price you pay for that. It is unstable at the best of times.
Yep.
So there's a lot of things that like it does that you're like, wait, why was it doing that? And do other art programs? No, other art programs don't do that. Why did it randomly offset it there instead of placing it where you put it? Well, welcome to Krita. That doesn't do that in my version of Krita. Well, why not in my version of Krita? Because someone someday was like, you know what, this annoys me, and so they recoded it without telling anybody and just re-uploaded it without telling anybody because it's all open source. And so you never quite know when someone does an update, if any major updates will fix any of those issues or make them worse, or if what you're dealing with is even the same version. I actually used Krita once as an animation teaching tool for class, right?
Interesting.
And because I did that because it was free and it had animation software in it. And it's one of the only examples of a free program that has all of the animation tools, right? So again, utterly irreplaceable. But there was a problem, right? The problem being, well, even I had downloaded my version of Krita a month before class so I could experiment and test with it, right?
Yeah.
Node, one of my work partner there, they downloaded it the same time that I did, about a day later. Everyone else in class downloaded it when I said to do so the week of class.
Oh, I'm seeing.
How many different... So, I'm going to give you some context. At that time, there were 28 different people in class. How many different versions of Krita do you think we were using?
28 people in class, not including you already?
Not including me, yeah. So 29 including me.
That's a tough question to really ask, I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna already say double digits. I'm just gonna ballpark it. How about that?
Sure, give me a ballpark.
I'm saying double digits, ballpark.
Okay. So you're thinking like 10 to 20, somewhere in that range.
I'll give you like, let's say like 2/3. Let's say like 16 or 17 versions.
22 versions.
What the fuck?
And you might reasonably go, wait, but didn't all of the students download it all within the same time frame? Well, they all downloaded it within the same 48-hour period after seeing my message. But there's a problem. They're all in different time zones.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Node and I somehow, miraculously, had the same version. However, nearly everyone else downloaded it at different times during the week, during that 48-hour period when they saw it. And for some reason, some lunatics, like, were just going through. And so there were literally animation tools that, like, they worked, they existed, but, like, from one button click to the next. Oh my god.
This sounds like the best and worst train wreck
Yeah.
in real time.
Oh, this is one of the
Yeah.
cards I wanted to briefly discuss.
Mhm.
So, currently, the way that you know that it is a unchangeable target is language of cards and how they are defaulting in most card games,
Yep.
right? Normally, as part of a card, you have to target someone before you enact other effects. And if something would make it retarget, it is based in the card text itself, right? So this might be one of the ones where the card text needs to be added. The original target doesn't change, or we just change the card entirely.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm still listening. I'm just resizing here. That one tweet.
mhm.
Or wait, hold on. Can I do something funny?
You can just put it behind, no? Because the frame is... You just rearrange the frame layer.
Yes, I could, but I want to do something else real quick.
Uh-huh.
Because everything's
Okay.
behind the table, so what if I just put you behind the table too?
Oh, no!
Just, you know, for my cards, I am behind the table. So,
Random emotes. God.
I think that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I think I'm keeping that in. You gotta deal with this now.
That's pretty peak.
Honestly, I should actually... I should look back for your other cards too. I'm gonna put Zen behind the table too.
No, don't do that one. No, don't do that one. Come on.
Okay. I'll leave it as one. I'll leave it as one. But otherwise, so once again, we had that whole balance discussion when it came to it about choosing character. Or sorry, this one here. I think this one is it says pick another player that was 1 fortitude. The battle lust when it comes to it or so. Yep, people can spend on it, but they always 3 fortitude.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, like we went over with how the drink cards say you have to reveal it first or gambling, in parentheses, it says everyone must int, including you. Should we still just put at the bottom there, the target player does not change?
Yeah, it should probably be below the lost fortitude, right? In parentheses, right? 'Cause that's easy way to make them consistent, right?
Mm-hmm. Because this is the idea that I have right here for this, as you're seeing here, because if Battle Lust isn't even spent, pick another player that was 1 fortitude. It's whoever you chose. Battle Lust 2, they lose 3 fortitude. Target player does not change. In that order.
Mm.
Good? Yes, no, maybe so.
Yep, makes sense to me.
Fair enough, I'm exporting this one. I've never been a smart enough engineering student when it comes to it for what's his face I play video games, but I never wanted to be a game dev myself necessarily in any way, shape, or form when it comes to it or so. But I can't deny that being modding is a entirely different argument, and I have absolutely had a blast when it came to making my mod for Rabbit and Steel, for helping out, for getting my 100% orange juice mod in for myself, even if it's just a skin mod. And now to Red Dragon in, to where, hey, well, we're here now, Smile.
Yeah. There's another game I tried to mod called Across the Obelisk. Have you heard of it?
Yes, it's multiplayer Soy the Spire. Or multiplayer insert roguelike deck builder.
Yep. And I tried to make the multiplayer mod for that one, but the way they coded that one is so weird. They use a program called Dragon Modes to put all of the individual pieces together, which, bad enough, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Except that Dragon Bones is really specific about how programs interlock. So there is no pixel give like there is in Rabbit and Steel. Like in Rabbit and Steel, your pixel give is like a square around your character for each PNG, right?
Yeah.
It's not a square in Across the Obelisk. It's a web that is laced across the PNG itself. So there's no way to cleanly alter it without causing all sorts of weird, demorphing to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why the modding for skins that does exist is almost always like replacing one PNG with an existing PNG that is already in the game. Most modded characters are literally just like existing animations and existing character models that have just been added in.
Yeah.
Because like it's almost impossible to like make truly new things in the game without really fucking up the PNGs and how they interact with the movement module or whatever it is.
Yeah, I getcha.
This was a fun card.
Good thing I could just copy paste my stuff when it came to it there.
Mm-hmm.
Probably gonna have to crunch things a little bit more potentially on this end though, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I already had to shrink the text for mine just because of how wordy it is, from 14 to 13, I believe, from a red door card.
Mm-hmm.
The red door ones, no, I've had 16, so yeah, I need to really crunch then, so I guess I gotta get rid of this space.
Mm-hmm. Okay, 22nd was a Friday. I can't use it. Now, while you're working on this, and I'm kind of like working on like the process for some of my taxes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of double checking everything, making sure everything's where it's supposed to be. And I noticed errors, so I have to go back and do it all over again.
Oh boy.
Yay.
We love to see
Yep.
it.
Yeah, because it turns out I didn't properly timestamp some of these purchases. So when I originally did them, so because I didn't do that, I had to go get my bank statements and go through each bank statement individually and find out when exactly I did each purchase. Yay!
Oh boy. Speaking
Because it
of
matters.
crap like that or so, I can't wait to do my taxes this weekend. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Did I? That's right, y'all are pretty new. Well, no in comparison to like some of my more frequent reviewers or so. Have I ever told the story of how I accidentally committed tax fraud?
Nope, and don't brag about it on stream.
It's actually not that serious. It's more of just a I submitted something wrong and then the government shut down. It actually wasn't fraud. It was just, tried to send in my correction form and then it just took a little bit longer. It's actually nothing more. It's more of a Fortune Street joke.
Okay, that's not that bad.
No, it actually wasn't. It's just actually, what's his face? It's more of a jab. It's just that it happened when the government shut down, and at the same time too, when it was Smash for my group at that time, I was playing Yoshi, and Fortune Street memes are absolutely going apart.
Ooh, I can count that one. Haha.
I really need to replay Fortune Street.
I love capitalism. I love capitalism so much. Capitalism ho! If people have not played Red Tier, that is also a wonderful game. That is not associated with Fortune Street in any way, but it is just a great game in general.
Me knowing damn well that I wouldn't be able to be an artist as a living for under communism. I'd be a fucking like bricklayer or something.
I'll be dead.
No. You should definitely be a nice patron artist in the old day and age. Yeah.
No one's got money for patronism except for the people who are in charge. They're people that they can find people who are better than me. Unless they're really into buff women. In which case, I'm solid. I'm gold. Bring down the art anarchy.
I mean, hey, what? I don't think depravity would have changed across any day and age now. Let's be really
Depravity. I am a testament to discipline.
Depends on how you think about it. I mean, what? You say that about yourself. I'm talking about the patrons. The patrons, rather. Anyway, Moido Kamuna 69. Thank you for joining on the cruise ship. I'm doing pretty good today. Got through work on its own side, and now I'm doing work. Now, this is the fun side of work, not the I'm just waging away. Slaving away, I guess how you could put it. Well, I mean, it's fine enough. I need money, so I'm searching for an apartment, and that's not cheap at all in this day and age.
For this section, for that section, I wonder if it wouldn't be easier to go into the spreadsheet and just copy and paste it from the spreadsheet.
Potentially, but also I have it on my other browser too, and I'm just kind of being lazy. I'll be real here, Chief. I already had pulled it up, so might as well.
Fair enough.
Like, look at that clarity. It's so much better. Oh my goodness gracious. Now chat can't complain. We can absolutely beat him up if we want to play tonight afterwards.
Yeah, sure. The only thing I got going on is this, like, that I'm working on right now, because, again, Commissioner hasn't responded yet.
Yep.
But it's fine. This is fine.
I mean, that person joined.
Yep, real quick, let me refresh this because my Fuji isn't working.
Happy.
Why?
Ah, Happy
Hello,
Singh
I
isn't showing up on
always
Fuji. Well,
Problems.
Fuji is not being nice.
Happy.
There we go.
1-2. Hello, friend. How you doing?
I'm good.
There we go. All right, I just have to refresh the Fuji page right there. Nice.
Easy. And now I'm too short. I don't touch the top. There we go. Perfection.
I cannot join a single Discord call without some tech problems occurring. Why did it connect my microphone input but not the output?
I mean, we're VTuber fans.
It's
Of course we
Discord.
like all the stuff that comes with being a VTuber fan.
True.
Goodness gracious. Alright, that is another card. Copy paste. We'll keep going on here, but I hope you've had a good day yourself though, Happy.
I am running on like an hour of sleep.
Why?
I had school, I could not get to sleep, and I cannot sleep right now.
Do you have like insomnia? Or is it just like you just can't sleep?
Yes.
Please answer this seriously. I will absolutely go full chat mom on the people who go, I don't need to sleep or shit like that or so.
I think it is genuinely both. I think I have insomnia, and just for some reason, my body does not let me sleep unless I am ready to pass out.
Weird question. Do you have your phone open when you sleep?
No.
Okay,
You're way better than the majority of people I can already attest to IRL, I'll tell you this.
I have a pile of blankets, I put my phone under that.
Okay.
That's good self-control, I will give you that.
Do you have anything audio visual happening when you are sleeping? So like a TV or a computer monitor or anything like that?
Occasionally the computer monitor will blink, but not usually.
Okay. Have you noticed any like links to diet and ability to sleep? So for example, if you have an excess or deficit of protein when you go to before you go to bed, do you notice any difference?
No, I don't, but I don't usually pay attention to that stuff, so...
The best way you can find out if you have any kind of insomnia or otherwise sleep apnea is start keeping a journal of what you eat and what you did that day before you go to sleep. And keep track of that for like a month. And then when you go and visit a doctor after that month and present them with the journal of what you noticed, right? And obviously you also want to record like how your sleep went over the course of that. But that can give you a really huge leg up in a proper sleep study, which means you can actually get the question answered on whether it's just something else is going on, or if it's as simple as you just need a sleep app machine.
Mm-hmm.
I also have melatonin gummies that I'm supposed to take every night. We ran out last night, so...
Okay,
Yeah.
that might be part of the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, cool. So I know something that has worked for some people in that regard is to do like a half-hour walk before they plan on going to sleep. So just stopping whatever else you're doing and just you can even do it like inside your apartment, your house, just pacing back and forth. But, like the distances doesn't really matter so much as like relaxing everything and like applying physical activity can sometimes be a major help.
Yeah, I already pace a lot, so I probably do that on a consistent basis, not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's more about like a good big chunk of it right before you plan to sleep. It can't be like hard exercise because like that can sometimes just make your heartbeat go burr and pump you up instead, which is kind of the opposite of what you want, right?
I mean, to be fair, it is also a bit more difficult for me to get a good workout out of walking because I am very physically active, so at least more so than the average person.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not really about the workout as much as like it's a minimum amount of effort combined with a steadying of breathing, steadying of heart rate, because it is the intention is to have a higher than completely resting heart rate, but also to like create some breathing, like things happening there. You could also, in theory, achieve the same thing by meditating, but like I don't ask people to meditate. That doesn't most people can't do that on a dime. But most people can just be like, oh, I can walk for half an hour, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can count on my hand the number of times I've said, don't meditate, and like, they've done it.
I mean, to be fair, people are contrary. You told them to not do something. Don't push the big red button, and then they'll do it.
Mm-hmm. If you're religious, you
Yeah.
can get the same effect through prayer too, right? But that's like, you know, I don't assume nothing in that regard.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I am personally not religious. I do not blame someone for being religious, but I won't like put it against someone or anything.
I mean, to be fair, if you started blaming people for being religious, then you're actually gonna have a lot more than just one person up in arms about you then.
Yeah, that's kind of how wars start sometimes. So
Kind of is.
Yeah.
No? No history lessons
Not-
today. This is not the point of the stream. No history lessons.
So anyway, we want to talk about the wonderful history of the Red Dragon Inn.
I've actually been incredibly curious about that. Because I wonder, like, okay, there's some parts of it that I'm just like, where's the logic? And why do they do it this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the only real resource you have in this game is cards, right? And what I mean by that is, like, consistent resources across every deck, right? Every deck has some level of card draw being the primary way that you get new things into the game. It's very Yu-Gi-Oh like to me, right?
Yeah.
Or standard Uno play style, or what's the other one that's kind of convenient? Standard what's the word I'm looking for here? Oh, standard playing card style. That's not normal for a heavily interaction-based game, right? That's very unusual for a game like this.
Mm-hmm.
Why are our card sizes so different?
I don't know. Either way, I mean,
Gosh darn it, Frida.
well,
Border.
it's not the biggest deal ever. We'll still fix it out. Going on from that, on the Yu-Gi-Oh side that you were saying right there.
Yeah, so like in Yu-Gi-Oh, for example, the only resource mechanic you have is whatever your card's bullshit says and your card itself, right? But there's no mana system like there would be in Magic. There's no Hearthstone like mana system for that matter either, right? There's no resource mechanic like there would be in something like Catan, or even Risk is arguably a card game sometimes. Because really, odds are, right, you know what the odds are for every fight, right? So if you play enough cards, you're going to win the game, right?
Yeah.
And so Risk looks like a strategy war game, but it's really a card game.
I love my card games.
Yeah. And so Red Dragon Inn is very strange in that for the level of interaction that's expected between players, there's no resources apart from the cards. And I wonder what led them to that decision. Okay, so small background things. I do not have a background in video game design. I have worked with people who do, and my art has been used in several ways that I'm not allowed to talk about. But I also have some like board game experience, like board game design experience, and this feels incredibly strange to me. Now, they made it work, right? Like full stop, they made it work. This is probably the best resourceless card game I've played in a very long time. I don't think it's close. Right? But like for example in Toho versus Slay the Spire, right? Lost Branch of Legends versus Slay the Spire. One of the things I think makes it better is that it has Magic the Gathering like mana mechanics instead of one number, go burr.
Yep.
I have one. Yeah, it's a significant improvement. Here, I almost wonder if it wouldn't be like harmful to the game to implement a system like that, right?
Yeah, I don't really see how like a mana system could actually work with this.
Yeah, and the fact that I can't think of it without like dramatically rewriting the rules of the game, it tells me they did a good job. But like, how did they get here? What was the process? What was that like?
Yeah,
Who hurt them?
when a game is well designed, it works best when it is as it is. Like if you can change something and it works better, it's not a well designed game. Maybe it is, but it's not as good as it can be.
Can I deviate from this for just 1 second here? This is a funny design quirk that I had going on. If you're seeing this right now, D3, the uppercase I in the Red Dragon font is bullcrap. It looks like it's saying Game Boy Jimin. So, the easiest fix ever is, like every cheater in Call of Duty, it's not an uppercase I, it's a lowercase L. And, that looks way better. So, yeah.
That's funny.
Look, I'm just telling you how it works, friend. Because otherwise, the I's don't sound like J's.
No, you're not crazy. And I'm pretty okay, to be fair, weird jank like that, I'm pretty sure is part of why, like, several people have a really hard time with Mohammed's deck, where they're just like, what the fuck does the card do? They have to like, sit there. I can't read it.
Yeah.
It's not my fault. I mean,
It's all good. It's all good. That's what it's
part of
just a
your fault.
typesetting thing that you never would have been able to figure out any other way then.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it never would have been McDonald's. Fun fact, by the way, did you know I almost always eat while I'm talking with clients? Isn't that weird? Isn't that a funny thing that you do? You know why I do that?
It's just kind of like what you've always just been doing with it when it comes to it then?
Taxes, baby, taxes. It turns out you can count that as a work meeting.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Actually
Do I
makes a lot
love
of
tax
sense.
season. I love my
Unfortunately-
freelancer job. I love my freelancer job.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't apply for everything. You need to have demonstrable proof that you ate at those times with a client while discussing a client. They don't have to be in the room, but they does have to be records of the meeting. Wouldn't you know it, I happen to have Discord that I do everything through. Hey D3, why do you do all of your messages through Discord and nowhere else?
Timestamps.
Ask the IRS what happened a couple years ago.
What happened?
Auditing! Yay!
Yay,
That's why
do
I
I love auditing. I love auditing so much. Auditing's so fun.
Yeah,
Sarcasm.
but thankfully,
Nothing's better than paperwork.
nothing's better than paperwork. Yeah, thankfully, it's really easy to tell when, like, I intended to do something, right? Again, like, dating things is amazing.
Yeah.
Making sure you label things is amazing. So-
Who knew trying to actually be organized with an intent and purpose is actually really good for you?
Oh my gosh. And, yep, there's
I mean, I'm joking
Yeah, man.
about this, but the amount of people that are super disorganized when it comes to this year, I mean, I don't know what to say, Chief. I'm just saying, straight up.
It bothers the crap out of me when okay. I joined Twitter recently because I was forced to join Twitter, right?
Yep, so that way you could get
V-
to... You could be officially noticed by VGen. Oh my god, oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah, no. And
They
so
still accept you yet, or
yeah, no, I'm formally accepted. Now the trick is to get what is it?
clients?
No. It's to be formally recognized on the servers. Until I get
Oh,
Yeah, they have a 2-layer processing system where you don't show up in search algorithms until at least 3 people leave reviews of your work.
Yep. It's weird like that, but I
that
remember
is
that's how I
just-
had to help out my rigging mama because I was her first ever VGen thing when it came to it. So she says she had me to help, and then she had me to also and she also did like 2 smaller projects for 2 people, and then that's how she basically had to pass her shadow ban.
Yep. Like right now, I'm the only person that's offering any custom Rabbit and Steel models on VGen right now. There's no one else. No one is even coming close to the level of work that I'm willing to put in with like fully custom animations and everything. But would you know that if you're going through and search? Nope. Only one person even shows up, and it's not me.
Mhm.
And they're just doing like the singular PNG, like not the full animations either. I'm like, oh. Fair enough, I get it. To be fair, I totally get it. Why do I have 4? Okay, so one of these must be the afternoon shift. Can't do that. And then it would never have been Freddy's, or would it have? Actually, hold on, wait. What day is that? 18th? Oh, actually, it could have been. Oh shit. Wait, what time is that at? No, it couldn't have been Freddy's. Too late in the day. Blech. Look to me.
You can do better than Freddy's.
Order 3 drinks. By the way, I love this art.
I was about to say, it's, you getting to talk about how it was like custom drinks and whatever that was done. That was really cool. Really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think one of those were my idea actually.
Yeah, Thing with Hat is the one who made them. You know what? Pick one of them. I can give you the recipe for it and their story mode that they gave for it.
Do you mind if I, real quick, do you mind if I change the text on this just to, you know, be crystal clear? Just order 3 drinks for free. It does it across, but just for semantics. Take 3 drinks from the drink debt and put in anybody's drink me pile.
Sure, go for it. Yep. Yeah, that's not a problem in the slightest.
Yep, just once again, you know, semantics clarity.
Mm-hmm.
But let's start, because in my stream, let's start with the shortest one. One on the far left.
Let's see. Excellent choice. You are discussing the Shark Shock. You're talking about the one with the lemon in it, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yep, that's
there's
Shark
3
Shock.
reasons why. I was assuming it was a lemon. I've been affectionately referred to by some loved ones as a lemon head, and I'm short.
Alright, here's the full blurb that they give it. Shark Shock. Summer heat got you down? Need cool vibes to get you through these citron days and chilly nights? Quench your thirst with a shocking shark burst. Let the lemon, smoke, and ice cool your body, but relieve your soul. Mezcal, lemon, blue soracao, ice, and soda water. The taste is perfectly balanced, with just enough of the smoke of the spirit and the sour of the juice that begs you to be refreshed. Ready to keep partying no matter how steamy the dance floor gets. Perfect for a hot afternoon or to get 2, one for you, and one for that other Moa Mao fan you have the hots for. God damn it.
That's cute. That's cute.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Actually, I just realized none of these are Feeding Frenzy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think I actually got that one to work, actually.
For which one?
Feeding Frenzy, you know. The perfect drink for when you're being bothered by a military officer wanting you to draw an anime character doing cocaine, or witch figures suplexing shit.
Gosh, the other
A cool mix of tequila, blue raspberry syrup, and soda water, along with several shark gummies you can snack on while you enjoy your drink.
Alright, real quick, I'm just going to go through the new text that I am putting out here, and I'm including the parentheses because it's the same clarity across other people who can spread out cards. Take 3 drinks from the drink debt and put them in any player's drink me pile. Parentheses, this can all affect the same player, close parentheses. This is consistent wording alongside Warthorn, who can do the same thing. But instead of from the drink debt, he takes it from his own drink me pile and passes them out to everybody else.
Also, weird fun facts about how this card works. It specifies each player loses 1 fortitude. There's a reason I did it this way. Because someone could potentially make it so that only themselves and Moa Mao get Battle Lust off of this, versus Moa Mao giving everyone Battle Lust. Because if they're the source of the card effect, right, stuff gets weird.
Yeah. Speaking of stuff gets weird, I'm looking at what's next in order, and oh boy, here we go. Hat of Cantrips.
Oh boy.
Oh, time to start typesetting this. I don't want to, but here we go.
Yeah.
I'd say honestly, like I'm thinking into myself. I could probably have just as much fun right now watching you 3 play a game of Red Dragon Inn on my side monitor, and I could probably finish typesetting all of these here on my main. So that way we can play with the new typeset Moa Mao afterwards. Quite frankly.
Bit true.
I'm not saying you guys have to, and it's not that I don't think I have, as much as I've been joking about my streamer is, I don't think I have enough riz to be able to say dance, monkey, dance, play Red Dragon Inn as a typeset.
Show up on one of the goofiest cards. Yeah, oh, have a cantrip.
Hey,
yeah.
chat, you want to know something? We're typesetting here, so you'll be very happy to know that some of these cards are absolutely a lot more clear on how they act and look. Watch how clean that is now. You're welcome. You're welcome. Smile. We can argue semantics, but now it actually works. It has all the correct text, not going off screen.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
it didn't go off screen. Wait, what do you mean go off screen? Did it go off screen on y'all's screen?
Off stream or off the card?
Wait. So in Tabletop Simulator, it went off the card?
Where it's like, we wouldn't get to see all the text in some situations or so, but...
What? Wait, no. So, is this what it looked like to y'all in Red Dragon Inn?
Yeah?
What? That's not what it looks like to me at all.
Does it all fall in line on your thing? Because I can literally pull up my stream VOD. I have it downloaded right now. Let me pull this up.
I was already reading.
All I can think about right now is Maui with green hair because Cruzy said, thank you just a bunch of times.
What can I say? But that's copyrighted. 5 seconds or more is gonna DMCA me. But I'm just saying it as it is, Chief. I'm just saying it as it is. I need to scroll through. The fact that you didn't even sing it right. I need to scroll through for when I time I was actually.
Gotta be careful.
So.
Gosh, that explains so much of y'all's confusion, though. If it just looked like this all the fucking time, holy shit.
Some of them are fitting inside. Okay, wait, no. I'm working on it right now. How do cantrips did fit inside here? So I don't know why it's budget. Okay, creative versions. Okay, it all still did fit inside, but the fact is, the fact that, it's fancy bold text when that's just supposed to only be for the title anyway now. That doesn't help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, title card flashes through.
Yep. Well, when you have to deal with bullshit like this, sometimes you have to be Amazon title card.
Mm-hmm.
The new season has been really good, I must say.
Mm-hmm. I was looking forward to this one because I finished the comics, right, for Invincible, and
we're talking about Invincible, by the way, people. If you don't know what we're talking about. Yeah,
and
that's what I figured. The thing he played in my head, the
Yep. I just wasn't sure if we were being clear about that, so I just did want to say it out loud.
Sorry for cutting you off there.
No. I was just laughing. That was it. You're good.
I was
you were finishing the comics, D3.
I think it was, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I've read through the entirety of the comic, right? And there are lots of high and low moments. And in many ways, the show is doing a good job of adapting up, right? Where they're improving the original as they go, right? Mm-hmm. And I'll talk about some that aren't spoilery because it's good, right? So the way that Mark finds out about his powers is so much better in the show.
Yes, agreed.
Like the mechanics are close, but in the comic, it's this weird, like, disjointed. It almost feels like a selection of comic strips rather than a comic book, right? Mm-hmm. Where, like, Garfield style, like, slices of life happening, and then suddenly powers, right? Versus in the show, it's all one coherent piece, and it just feels a lot nicer.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's like the good part about like adaptations of stuff like that is they can make up for the mistakes that like the comics or like for anime the manga made.
I mean, I don't know y'all's opinions on it, but if you want to bring one that has been ostensibly like cited for, yeah, thank goodness they didn't adapt this, or thank goodness they didn't change it. Not Invincible, but The Boys rather. When it comes to it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. The fact, it's edgy superhero satire, and we can argue the same thing to Invincible to a side, but Invincible, it is a whole cosmic, it is a whole cosmic set piece of everything like that or so. The Boys back then was, it is reveling in the fact that, we're edgy and cool like that. Yeah, DC's done that a million times over and better. They're just being, it's absolutely being cruel for the sake of being cruel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. For a lesser example of like something that doesn't matter as much, at the beginning of Jujutsu Kaisen in the manga, Yuji kind of just eats Sukuna's finger like no reason. At least in the anime, it was so he could kill a curse.
Mm-hmm. And to be fair, it's right. That is given weight, and that's kind of like it's kind of like and trying to date ourselves. It's right that it is the defining moment that gets a lot of people into that anyway when it comes to it. And you can say that especially for a lot more of like I just say the bigger shonens when it comes to it. Tokyo Ghoul back in the day. It was Attack on Titan for my middle school when it came to it or so and everything like that or so. There's like the weight given from adaptation to adaptation absolutely matters very much so.
Yeah.
I think adaptations aren't good because they like make it animated. I think they're good because they can fix the mistakes that were made.
Well, the biggest thing with it too is especially like, you know, they're writing it in the moment, especially for things like comics or for manga, especially when they're serialized. The problem with that is that, you know, you are meeting a deadline if you're being published in, you know, Shonen Jump or whatever crap like that or so. And to that end, you're kind of on that ticking clock of I need to, you know, just get something out. And you can easily have some of the worst when it comes to it, arts as, you know, for some manga or whatever, or absolutely just drawn on with filler and then nothing feels good at all.
Have y'all ever seen Kevin Astra from before he got assistance versus after the artist got assistance?
Yes, that's always been actually pointed out by some of my nerdier friends.
Yeah, no, you can literally tell down to the moment when suddenly he had help. Because it's like from one comic to the next, you're like, wait, is this the same person?
Yep, it's like assistance slash what's his face? Assistance slash just, you know, the manga slash artist connection that you have right then and there. Points go out to the One Punch Man webcomic to manga adaptation, and also Aka and can't remember the artist for Oshinoko. Guys, absolutely, that is actually like it is straight up. I need NBA memes of the duo connection right then and there, right now.
Oshinoko. Oh, what a shit ending.
I love Aka because Kaguya-sama is absolutely the #1 manga in my opinion. And like, actually no, it's #2. My heart goes out to Nishijou, but it is one of my favorite mangas of all time. But Aka cannot beat the absolutely create an amazing world-built engine and absolutely dogpile the ending. He's 2 out of 2 so far.
Yeah, I won't spoil the ending of Oshinoko, but like,
I mean, to be fair,
that
like, a lot of modern media continues to be missing whenever it comes to it for their endings, unfortunately. I mean, if you want the like Oshinoko, it's not even controversial enough just because of all the gooners whenever it comes to it on one end, so I'm not even gonna engage with that. But on the other end, if you want, sorry, I'm cutting you off on this, but if you want to really talk about people who are absolutely disappointed slash McDonald's memes, My Hero ending.
yeah,
I cracked me the hell up.
All the memes that keep going after it is still like, how did you fumble this so badly? How?
No,
I saw a video on it. It's because of how high the expectations are, and it's like My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen, Oshinoko, like all of them had high expectations for the ending, and they just fumbled.
But I feel like when it comes to it, it's like you can have high expectations and still stick the landing or so. Like Solo Leveling Season 2 is around the corner or so, and Solo Leveling ended pretty goddamn well.
One of the things that I eyeball whenever that happens is you always have to ask the question of, were they trying to do something different for the sake of being different, and therefore causing something that is worse than the base outcome? This happens to writers a lot, especially when they're working quickly. I
feel like the opposite happened to Gege. I feel like he wanted like one ending, but the editors were like, no, we're going for the happier ending.
Well, it's not about happiness, right? That's not what I mean.
Honestly, I think he just wanted it to end like soon as
Here,
possible.
I'll give an example that's a little bit less. It's really obvious when you look at it. Hold on. So an example that's not an ending but can give you an idea of how this phenomenon happens is actually Amber from Invincible is a great example of how this happened, right? where there is an intention and there's a flop on the ball really hard, right? That's caused by a mistake that any sane person would have realized, oh, that's less interesting than what could have happened otherwise, right? So for example, here's an easy question, right? Amber in Invincible in the comics is boring as shit, right? She legitimately, she is random white girl number 5. There is nothing special about her. She's not particularly intelligent. She's not particularly witty. Her personality basically boils down to what the fuck is wrong with Mark, is what her personality is in the comic. So it's really hard to not argue that, like, for the most part, Amber in the show is a serious upgrade mechanically over Amber in the comic. Because again, mechanically, what does Amber in the comic do? Well, she gets upset that Invincible isn't there. She finds out her boyfriend's a superhero, realizes what happens, and goes, "Oh, that's cool," and that's all that happened, right? It is a small subversion in its own right, but whatever. It wasn't special because Amber herself wasn't special. But then you look at Amber in the comics, in the show. Amber in the show is relatively dynamic. She blackmails someone to get Mark's number. She goes out of her way to actively participate in things, right? She kicks someone in the balls when they're bullying someone. She goes out and helps people. She goes to soup kitchens, etc., so on and so forth. Her character has more parts to pick at, and in many ways, she's just more interesting and dynamic than the comic one is. But there's a problem with her, right? What's the problem? Well, there's one line that's the problem. It is "I know," right? What do I mean? Well, there's a scene where the Reanimen, the zombie people, attack, right? And Mark, understandably, goes to get changed and then starts fighting. Amber freaks out at him. "You lied to me." Well, you lied to him too. Lying's a two-way street here, because there's only a couple of things that happen. She gets mad that he abandoned them, and then says she gets mad that he didn't tell her. But those both can't be true at the same time. One of those has to be true. Either A, she's mad because he lied to her and she knew and she was waiting for him to tell her, or B, she has to be lying about knowing, right? One of those two has to be true. And because of the delivery, we will never know which one is supposed to be the case, right? And it diminishes her character tremendously. To this day, people still hate Amber. It's been years, and they still hate Amber. So much so that they've actively admitted to, like, writing her out of other plans in the script because of how much the fan lashback was against Amber herself. And it all could have been solved by the removal of one line, "I know." If they didn't have that, if they made it fairly that he didn't tell her maybe when he should have, but didn't make it so she knew, it would have been better. Why? Well, because then you can allow a natural occurrence of events that occur, right? She can have a much more natural reaction, and her reaction becomes a lot more natural. Because how could she have known? There's no way she could have known. There's nothing to give it away and everything's said and done, right? You have to do a lot of reaching to assume all those other things become true. So you get a result that's just less interesting than the alternatives, but it's a twist. So being a twist is supposed to make it special, right? And in a lot of ways, that's what you should think about with endings too. That, like, many bad endings, quote unquote, are often the writer trying to make something a twist when one is not necessary, and it's often less interesting than, like, what is being set up throughout the entirety of the show, right?
Yeah,
I've seen some. Oh, you're starting first. Go on.
You can go.
I was gonna say, I feel like I've seen, like, a few essays, and I'm gonna have to, like, probably pull it out in, like, my YouTube history on that end when it comes to it, on how the art of the twist when it comes to it in media it was a whole discretion. I remember it now. I can find it on YouTube. It was talking about Disney twist villains, highlighting Turbo from Wreck-It Ralph and devaluing Hans from Frozen, with the fact that a twist can't just be a twist on the sake of itself. Oh, he's evil! You didn't expect that! That's a twist or so. No, it needs to be properly rewarded, needs to be built up, and there needs to be importance in why the twist hurts, or why it happened this way or so when it comes to it or so. And the fact is, whether it be adaptation, or just, exactly, or just, from writer robot scene or anything like that or so, fact is, the audience isn't stupid. Yeah, you are engaging with them with, that whole, with both suspension of disbelief and, you just have to accept the world for as it is, and trusting them to be able to believe, hey, this is what this character would do, or why this twist is believable in out of universe as well.
Quicksilver looking at the camera when he dies. You didn't expect that
Oh,
one,
you
did you?
didn't expect that, did you? Yeah. Well, you know, he couldn't do that all day, so obviously the audience should have known.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna find this essay that I remember seeing here. Why Disney's twist villains don't work. Yes, this is a 11 million view video from 6 years ago.
I've seen it, so I know what you were talking about.
Yep, and then it's the videos by Toon, and I'm gonna link this also over in our open chat. I'm rather just gonna copy paste it, but right, these are really good breakdowns on why a twist, what a twist should be. I mean, it's twist villain in this context, but my point still stands for our writing tropes when it comes to B. There needs to be proper build up and payoff, and why this is conceivable for this to happen, twist-wise or so, not just, oh, it's gonna surprise the reader, and then that's gonna make us feel really good as the authors, because they didn't expect that now, and we got all the discourse. No, that's just bad writing.
Yep. Yep.
Another part of the twist is when it happens.
Yeah.
For example, like I was talking about with JJK, I will try to avoid spoilers as much as possible because it is still manga only right now. There was a character who, early on in the series, died. There was no reason that we would think that they were alive. There was multiple things that practically confirmed they were dead. 5 chapters before the ending, they came back.
Yeah.
And so twist
And it was-
oh, sorry.
It was so obviously unplanned that I 100% believe that it was the editor saying we need a happier ending.
Yeah, and another end of that is if you've ever read Game of Thrones, right? Game of Thrones is littered with I want to make the bad thing happen, even if that doesn't make sense.
Yep.
Right?
Oh boy,
Like,
do I love suffering.
Yeah, it really is just like Diabolus Ex Machina is what I've coined it as, where it's like if you're going to get after writers for Deus Ex Machina, for God of the Machine, making good things happen just because, you need to be equally critical of the devil in the machine, making bad things happen just because.
Right, there's only so much Peter Parker isn't allowed to have a happy life that you can conceivably give to people.
Oh my god, frickin'
don't get me
what's
started
his
on the
name?
Yeah, I'm starting the discourse here, so first and foremost, I need to catch up on Twitch chat. I want to interrupt y'all on this first and foremost.
Go for it.
Welcome back, Sunny. Welcome
Yeah,
back to
good idea
welcome
before
back
we
from
start
Marvel.
bringing
Hope
up
you were
all-
doing good here. We're talking about bad writing tropes. We're talking about twists, both villains or just just twist stuff in general or so. And also for you, Edge, City is a good manga on itself from the creator of Nishijou, and we have we did get it confirmed that we're getting an anime adaptation of City. So woo! How is that gonna come along? We'll see it in time. Now back to what's it in? Peter Parker can't be happy. Who wants to have the floor first?
Oh my gosh, I could go on about that forever. Okay. I have one. I have a really crazy one. What version of Peter Parker is the strongest Peter Parker? Do you all know?
Well,
No.
like us, because I do not know, and this would be good for the audience.
There's a version of Peter Parker where he gave up his soul and Dr. Octavius takes over his body. Right?
Yep, okay, yep, I know that one actually.
You're talking about the superiors? You're talking about the superior one?
Yeah. And
Yeah, okay,
Part of what
magic.
makes that one the strongest one is there's several lines in there that are very special. One of the first things that happens is that Doc Ock in Peter's body hits someone as hard as he can and destroys them. And he's like, wait, did you always do that? Have you been holding back this entire time versus everyone? Have you just never gone all out? And it's one of the most consistent things that happens routinely throughout the run. Oh shit, I didn't know your body could do that. Why haven't you done that sooner? You could have killed me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one is Dr. Octavius also realizing, wait, you're smart. It's really hard to catch it properly in most of the comics and in most of his representation in media. Spider-Man's a genius.
Yep.
And the one
Oh,
that comes closest to representing that in the movies is Tom Holland's question mark? I say question.
I'd
Question- I say
I'd
question
say
mark.
Amazing Spider-Man / Andrew Garfield, I think represents it
Yeah.
the best. Because you do see Tom Holland putting in the work to do it, but that's more on the science end, whereas you get to see actively Andrew's engineering side shine the most.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Because you see him you see him prototyping everything that he has to do, whereas Tom Holland, you just see him mixing web fluid. I'm not trying to negate from that, but I think we get to see a better show of smarts since, you know, he's in science class and so, you know, you can get a card from that, whereas Andrew, he's making everything from scratch. He made it in a garage with a box of straps!
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I think all of them in their own ways show it, but Amazing Spider-Man is definitely the best at it.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Tom Holland's, at least, the point isn't to show that and more show the struggles of taking on the mantle of Spider-Man more than the others.
I will credit you on that then. I do think so, because whereas the other ones are more about they already, you know, kind of have their position, or rather, you know, grow into the position better, and it's more about, you know, either getting to your Ben moment, Ben/Gwen/rhyme scheme moment, or that's mean, I'm so mean, I'm sorry. But otherwise, yeah, especially so since, you know, we can contextualize everything. It's not Marvel spoilers. You Marvel fans are spoiled enough, smile, that everything is building up to Holland's, you know, can't take the word good rhyme moment, but you know what I'm talking about here. That it has to take a different approach to it, which is totally fine. It's just, you know, it's another dynamic that we're seeing, of course, too.
Yeah.
Now, real quick, to address what Sunny is saying in chat as well, that's what, okay, well, first and foremost, they said when they were about, they said, hello, every pony. Now, going past that, in response to us talking about the Spider-Man cannot be happy, that's what I liked about Spider-Verse, because Miles gives a big middle finger to that trope. If you're really Spider-Man, you want to save everyone. You don't just let it happen because it's part of the story and you try to save your loved ones. Because, like, as much as, you know, like, not talking about, just talking about the actions on their own or so, if I was told that my loved ones are gonna die and I can't do anything about it, I'm gonna be like, who the fuck are you? I'm gonna at least try to do something about it. And, oh, okay, here we go. Now I just brought about my own doom, as it is in every Greek tragedy. But I wouldn't stand idly by and just go, well, this sucks. Goodbye, mom and dad. Would you?
I'm actually incredibly curious on what they do with that arc coming up next. Because
Oh, keep going. My bad.
Because, like, on the one hand, it's interesting if Miguel is just wrong, right? And by its nature, Miguel is probably wrong because, well, Miles exists, right? His DNA isn't decomposing in front of our eyes, right? Which is kind of what's implied by, like, everything else, you know?
Yep.
When something goes wrong like this, like the jittering happens with, like, the digital universe shattering, jittering, or whatever.
AKA my daily routine.
Yes, the daily routine.
Cries.
And so, it does kind of stand out a little bit that... Am I echoing?
No, you're not.
A little bit. Okay. It does kind of stand out a little bit that, like, he's not doing that. But at the same time, in every other circumstance, Miguel has been right. So I wonder... If I was in their position, I would be sweating bullets because there's a certain angle where you keep Miguel right, and part of what makes Miles special is that he tries anyways, and he like the tragedy of it is that he tries anyways and fails, and that would be correct. But at the same time, everyone is so sick of it for Peter Parker. Everyone hates it when, like, things go like this. It's been a constant trope in his comics for decades now that he just can't catch a break. And so I can't help but wonder if, like, they'll deviate from what would normally be correct storytelling, quote unquote, in order to make something that also makes sense but is otherwise a little bit weaker, like, narratively, right? I don't know.
If I may have my 2 cents on that.
Go for it.
I think it could be. I think like what? No, this is what I'm taking this from my theories I've seen on the internet when it comes to it or so on this end or so, but also just like on my own chatbot when it comes to it or so. There's two main you could say glaring holes when it comes to potentially how the writing is, and that's just who's gonna win, as Stanley says. It's whoever the issue is named after. Who the writer needs to win in this situation or so. Like, how is Miguel? How is Miles the only Spider-Man across all those dimensions who has not tried to fight back against this year? How is it only tested once? And yeah, you are playing with the lives at stake, but the fact is, if you didn't know about the Spider-Verse to begin with, before Miguel and anybody else had to come in, you would still also be fighting for the entirety of everybody that you can or so. But it could also be a case of bad communication kills for the trope when it comes to how both people can be right in select circumstances. Miguel can be right about too many changes would absolutely destroy the canon, but Miles can also be right in the fact is, yes, but the fact is that it's, that could be because it's Spider-Man affecting the canon, and since it's Spot affecting this one here or so, that's taking the thread into a completely new place, and to that end, this is offshooting completely off what anybody has been, reasonably contrived to expect out of the Spider-Verse so far. I'm taking it once in. This is not my original idea. I'm taking this, from a amalgamation of theories I've seen overall, but you're seeing where I'm going with this here. This is like, a good leading theory that I've seen overall. It's not necessarily bad or that, everybody can't be wrong or right, because Miguel is absolutely the antagonist for Spider-Verse Part 1, but it, road that was paved with good intentions, and the fact is, we still have a lot to dig on how actually that can still go when it comes to it at the end of the day. But I still do think it should be, once again, a bad communication kills overall. I mean, I wouldn't say bad communication necessarily or so, because in the first one, for crying out loud, we didn't have the heart-to-heart of Uncle Aaron is the Prowler until Miles had to physically reveal himself. And that's not even a bad communication kills moment. I keep saying it over and over, but that's TV tropes, thank you very much. But that's more of just like, that is really a bad situation. Whereas for on it here, one side does not want to listen and saying, no, I've seen this happen once before, and I'm controlling the levers so this never happens again, meaning you do not get to have fun. You don't get to play the game. I get to play the game. That's my piece. If anybody else wants to go real quick.
Yeah, I saw a video that I think is how it's gonna go, where it's Miguel is right about Miles, wrong about life.
Explain. What do you mean by both of those points there?
I don't remember it much, but pretty much he was right that Miles shouldn't be a Spider-Man in that he is an anomaly, but he's wrong that everything is exactly as the theory, says it is. And that, like, Spider-Man always have to go through those events.
Yeah. I saw this is horizontal to things here, but I remember seeing also good things of like the universe that Miles was transported to at the end of Part 1 or so is potentially the universe to where the spider came from. What's his face? The spider came from, because the original the spider bit Miles was from a different dimension altogether. And on that side, the reason why it did so much anarchy was because there was never a Spider-Man to begin with. Because nothing even started canon-wise, technically, if you want to put it there. Because there's no spider to bite a Parker, or a Miles, or, any other part car that you want to put on that side.
I love the art for this card.
It's really good.
I appreciate it.
It's really cute.
Yeah. Pokey cracks me up. I thought normally she'd be streaming tomorrow, but like something came up. Sorry, brain not diverted. I saw Pokey art. Thought about Pokey.
All good. Just making sure this exported correctly. No, I didn't export it yet. All right, I need to export it. I saved it, but I didn't export it. Sunny in chat goes, I missed the convo, I got a phone call, but I admire how Miles takes fate into his own hands because he cares for his family so much. He's definitely a Hispanic boy, for real. Fair enough. The only thing that you missed was just us shooting off theories about, how things could go, but of course, that's just a game theory when it comes to it.
Yeah,
Want-
to a movie.
I
that
want these
we-
animators to see their families. Yeah, no, quite frankly, please. Please let people just be able to rest up. This is much
Please
as
don't be
delays
like
suck or
Papa.
so. It's like, look, I'm not gonna throw a fit like half the internet will of, I can't get my comfort media right now!
Buy merch.
Buy my merch, buy my shirts, buy my shirts.
Yep.
Buy their shit.
I-
Doesn't
Most
like,
of the
buy it.
people screaming about not having their comfort media are the loud minority, and that's annoying because they're the ones that get listened to.
Yep, and unfortunately, when it
well-
comes to it, like, minority or not, like, fact is, you need to make shareholders happy, or you need to pay bills, in which case that doesn't get you further on the line in any way, shape, or form, unfortunately. Sunny in chat goes, I don't care if I'm 40 by the time that second part comes out and still be happy as long as the animators aren't pulling crazy hours to get their movie out. Yeah! I mean,
Well, that I don't know how to break this to you. Animation takes way too much fucking work.
Yeah, it is.
So
very,
I'll be the
very
one that
time-consuming.
that hurts people on this one because I'm the one who knows how to animate. It's too much work for not enough cash, right? So okay, let's lowball. Let's lowball. Bearing in mind that that I am lowballing in here, and this is not the actual amount of frames you would draw for a movie. Good minimum practice is you have somewhere between 10 to 12 frames per second, right? That means over the course of 60 seconds, you are looking at somewhere around, again, rough ballpark estimations, 10 times 60, so 600 drawings per minute, right? You extend that out to the length of a feature-length film, and you can do a lot more than that. And often, like, it's not as simple as just a drawing. It's usually layers of drawings. That's usually you being intelligent, right? You'll have layers for what's happening with the background. You'll have specific layers for what the characters are doing. You'll have specific layers for interaction points between characters, because that's often dynamic enough that you need that to be its own layer, right? Amongst other things. And so it's not hard to say that a lot of times the animation explodes beyond what most people expect in terms of just raw workload. Even if you're only paid $1 per frame, which that's not what happens, right? The payments is weird in animation, right? The amount of money you're paid for the work is almost always less than what you deserve, because the amount of like income that's available to give to you is not equal to like the work that you're putting in, right? I hate to say it, but in many ways, like what an animator does is very comparable to what a doctor does in terms of just investigation, elaboration, attempt, reiteration, and then doing a lot of it, right? But the problem, of course, being that no one wants to pay 20 people like a doctor for 3 years straight. That's the amount of work and effort that it honestly takes. So one of the best things that you can do if you really want to support more animators is buy merch. Buy the stuff that's next to and around and of the media that you enjoy, right? Because that means that there's a larger pile of cash to pull from when they pay these people, which means they can pay them more, right? Like, I don't like the conditions that many of them work in, but it's also worth noting that like those conditions only improve when they have access to resources to do so, right? Yeah. Now, I can't tell you to buy anything. I can't force you to buy anything. But like anyone who wants to get mad, I always tell them buy merch. If you want to help, buy merch.
mm-hmm.
Right.
It's the easiest way to show support. It's cool for you, and like it's a revenue stream because it's gonna go one way or another if you want. When it comes to the media or person that you want to be supporting in the first place. To address what Sunny was also saying as well, not a shareholder, I know it. It doesn't work like that, I fear. That movie is like a work of art, like animating Hobie and getting the look right already took a fuck ton of work throughout the film. For the work and love that gets paid into it, that gets put into it, they are so underpaid. For sure, always. I see Spider-Verse merch I purchase. And to that end, you can support people like us here by, hey, do you have a free Twitch Prime sub? Well, you can send that right on over. There's growing silence. I feel like I'm being judged for showing out on my own stream.
Why would we judge you?
Smile, smile, smile. But Sunny says, just saying, what the internet people, get the movie out now. I'm just like, hey, just push back because that movie is straight intricate. Yeah. Yeah. Also, real quick, on the side of being able to support each other here, hey, Sunny, if you want to join one of these tabletop nights or so, did you know that due to the Steam sale, Tabletop Simulator is 50% off, meaning, hey, you want to play some games with us sometime? Hey, you free tonight? You want to play some games with us? You don't have to. I'm just, I'm showing out as always and just saying, hey, more people to play games with. Omedolo. I could buy it for some people or so.
Buy it.
That reminds me, I need to send an invoice to one of my friends because I 3D printed something for them. And I'm like, yeah, and they're like, how did I pay you? And it's like, just PayPal me. It's like, can you send an invoice? So I'm like, sure, and I still haven't done that. I have free money on the table that I need to make. Brother.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I love this card, by the way. It feels weird, but it might actually be the best card in the deck, and I don't know. That feels strange to say, but like.
Well, define best card for yourself. Like, what do you mean by best card?
So, it's one of the only cards where, like my interaction cards are actually really scary for me as the Mo player, and like. At some point, what I would love to do is I'd probably love to have someone else pilot the deck and see if their experience is at all like mine.
That was actually gonna be something I was gonna suggest out too, for playtesting. Of should next time we play together, or even just tonight after I get this out, save my deck as an object, and I'm gonna save yours, and maybe we can get some independent games from each other to see how that goes. Well, I think my deck's pretty solid enough, but FAT still stands for future testing for any other of our decks, my Maid or anything else.
I also suspect that, like, if I just shut my app and didn't, like, do any negotiations, right, the game would look really different.
But that's exactly the flavor for how you are, and I think that, works to, of course, you. But seeing how somebody else might do it exactly so, yeah. Considering how, like, imagine if anybody, like, how, for example, if anybody else on their first beginner game played, like, yeah, I play Rhodes, I'll play Gurky. Do you think there'd be as done as gambling as for me, who's played him a million times over and knows, I am gunning for all your money right now, baby?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a fun game, wasn't it, guys? Wasn't it? Hey,
Well,
chat,
that's what I told
are
you.
you still in chat here? You want to play again tonight and get knocked out within 2 turns?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't have time tonight.
You sure know how to make someone excited for it, huh?
Goodness. I mean, hey, look, it's a fun time overall. And Sunny, please do stay healthy. All of my friends are getting sick recently. If I had a nickel for every time a friend of mine has gotten sick and had a tire blown out, in no particular order in the past week, I'd have 4 nickels, which isn't a lot of money, but it's like, how are people both getting sick and also having their tires be blown out right now? Oh my goodness, Sunny!
Looks like it's
Sunny.
not
Oh
live.
my god.
You're gonna get that. I am
Congrats,
like
now
a
before
Mayan calendar that's actually gonna be correct and predicting you're getting sick within the next 7 days. Your tires are blown out? Alright! And curse of Ra! Flu season upon ye!
Flu season upon you, Jesus Christ.
Back at the corner, man.
Goodness gracious here. Alright. It's fine just. Alright, okay, Sunny's typing up this story, but did you have to say anything in the meantime?
I have spent like this entire time just messing around with Blender. I made some progress, and now I'm stuck again.
Oh.
Oh.
Because for some reason, it's not letting me select this face. I need to extrude you. Let me select you.
Yikers moment.
Yeah, Blender can be like that at times.
Turn it on, save it, turn it on, turn it off again.
Yep, I was about to say, have you tried jiggling the battery? Have you tried doing anything? Like,
You
to
wouldn't
like
believe-
restart it or so?
Yeah. Save and restart when our program goes wrong. Save and restart. The running gag of Zen's food getting bigger with every model. Jesus Christ.
Okay, let me read out Sunny's story. Quote, My tire blew out on my lunch break on Monday. I had to cancel my kids Monday because my tire and I couldn't get back to work. I scheduled a kid who later canceled the makeup session because she got hand, foot, and mouth disease. If my tire didn't go out, I likely would have been exposed that day. I was saved.
Oh,
Curse of Raw! You will get sick, even though you're socially distancing! I'm kidding. Please don't sit. If you get sick, I'm actually gonna feel so bad. I am gonna feel so bad. I'm gonna feel so bad. Please don't get sick. Please don't. Please don't get sick. I already feel bad!
It hasn't even happened yet.
I already feel bad!
Cautious. Oh, God.
That didn't work.
Oh, it's Wonder. Goodbye. You tried.
Yep. Next thing you do is look up if anyone else has had your issue. Usually someone has when it's an art program. Almost guaranteed.
Oh, why do you work like that? I had to get out of edit mode so I could go into object mode, select the object, then go back into edit mode.
Yep. Welcome to art programs.
Yay.
Uh,
Art
Oh, that
programs
is
are lovely.
that is so stupid.
Yeah. Actual.
That's gonna look so off. I need... Well...
Keyboard smashing, anger, and everything. You wanna know what I say to this? I think a nice hearty round of the Red Dragon Inn will get your mind off of this, don't you think?
I like that plan. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I might play one game as long as it doesn't take too long.
Well, considering... Well, we're part of modded characters when it came to so far. So, that I think is absolutely blowing up our time when it comes to it, comparatively too, since, you know, we are understanding new mechanics, as opposed to just base. So, we could easily just have a round where we're playing just non-mod, and just see how it goes.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All easy. No one hard. No one plays hard. Just play the character. Play the game.
Yeah, we'll see how well that goes. I mean, it's not that we're gonna restrict ourselves too much, rather, like, we're, veterans, so you know, experienced enough.
I mean, Jazz has... This is literally Jazz's fourth or third.
We're
game.
veterans, so experienced enough. What? I'll say whatever it takes to get us to play Red Dragon. You're an unscrupulous businesswoman, Cruzy. Why, yes, I literally graduated business. Do you have no soul? Yes, I graduated business. What did you not understand out of that?
Yeah, so probably not.
Hopefully the tire curse doesn't affect me, though. I think I'll have, like, an insanely high what stat when I was born. Yeah, no, I was born with an insanely, crap what stat, so, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me, ever at all. Like, Mom told me she had a rash Monday night and was up in the air whether or not she'd make it to Wednesday makeup. My heart fell out of my The kiddo, and it's okay, by the way. Mom has her on some ibuprofen. She's a little uncomfortable, but she's already clearing up. Good to hear. Good to hear on that side, quite frankly. But also, that's, you know, still not the best. Still not the best, but just stay safe, stay healthy, and we're doing what we can now, right, everybody? Right. Okay, let's see here. I'm just gonna go through the cards that I have left over. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more cards. So wow, actually 10 cards. Actually, including meat strains, I have 11 out of 40 cards left to do here. So realistically, you can really start getting the tabletop lobby set up, and we can, yeah, speed this along, quite frankly.
Sure, I don't mind setting it all set up.
Hey, am I sending the Google Docs for my character?
Google Docs.
Yeah.
What I would say you should probably do is I can give you the files for the base things, and you can just copy and paste things yourself. And like we'll worry about making it pretty later. First, pretty comes when you know you're gonna keep it.
Yeah, because this is like, you know, we've gone through enough playtest with MOMO now, so this is exactly my whole purpose. What is my purpose? You typeset. Oh my god. But also, like, that'll come in line. Fact is, we got the entire mechanic so far without any big hitches or problems. like, you know, all throughout for now, so it's totally fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah. But look at the cool... Look at the cool art you get to see. Look how cool this is. The random gray streak from her
Cruzy, Rick and
tail.
Morty reference says, Sonny, I'm bored, I'm gonna kill you! Virtual insanity! Goodness gracious. I watched Rick and Morty back, like, during the pandemic, and I was kind of like, okay, fine. I wasn't too high on it when it came to it around.
Yeah, it is what it is. And for what it is, it's fine. I
think it brain rotted a generation when it came to it, but, you know, we could have much worse brain rots.
Yeah, we could have Pickle Cruzy, yeah. Thank you for the idea, Sonny. I know what I'm gonna do today.
We've had Flanny. We've had Chicken Flanny from Orange Juice. I don't think we need any kind of food variations of me.
Yeah.
Because one, that's gonna immediately recontextualize a lot of my friends saying I look delicious, as in that's a short jab at me, and instead now that makes it a very weird jab at me. And two, look, I don't need more people lusting after me than what needs to be said here. I already have some beef with some people on this end, and Call, you don't need to be mentioned.
Clearly what I need to do is, where's my bunny suit files? I'll go grab one of the bunny suit files. It'll be great.
A bunny suit file, you say?
Oh right. Once upon a time. Okay, it's still technically happening, even though no one's bought one in a while. But I'm doing the your character here things, right? They're all bunny girl themed, all of them, every single one.
Mm-hmm.
There's a set of like 18 of them now that people can pick from.
Yes, I gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah, well,
Sonny,
I'm sending
that's the
Flan
first word
Flanny,
in
by
that
the way, for
message.
you.
Yeah.
I'll send out Flan Flanny in the artist server to you. What's his face? Sunny. Cruzy's Chiquita? Oh no, jeez. Please no.
Cruzy Chiquita.
Okay, I don't have Flan Flanny on file, but I will just tag Flanny. When you can you send Flan Flanny over here? Sunny would love to see it. She's asleep right now.
Cruzy.
So the bunny girl art, you say?
There's a pile of them. There's a massive pile of them, yeah.
I mean, actually, funny enough, I actually do have one bunny girl art of myself. Or me in a bunny girl suit. That was from year 1. And then, otherwise, I have been gifted one risque art piece. And that's the only ever risque art piece I've ever had otherwise. I was gifted it by a person who was very enraveled by my beauty. I would say that. It was Flanny. I'm not gonna. It's not that much of a secret. It was Flanny when we were first going out, and she got it for me. And I was like, I am flattered that you perceive me this way. I don't think I'm gonna share this out too much because it's not necessarily my content. I mean, it's risque. It's not lewd. I should put it that way, or so. Well, it is inherently lewd because it's risque, but you know, it's not like as depraved when it comes to it. Or so.
It's not what most VTubers get.
Yes, exactly so.
You're not getting the double hamburger grapefruit special. You're just getting normal.
Okay, like I'm beating around like I'm going to power up Voldemort if I don't say it. It's like a pin-up picture of like me in lingerie. It's very nice, but it's tasteful risque, like Markiplier's calendar.
Excuse.
What? I was using a good example there. It's a good internet example that most people know.
A likely story.
Goodness gracious. I need to tell a really funny story in that case then. I went to a all guys high school, and there was one guy who said that he watched the gay content. Not because he was gay, but because he could appreciate the male physique, and nobody ever bought that. Anything that he said.
I don't know anyone who would buy that.
It's just like she defended it to like the bitter end of just always saying, it's like, no, you guys, like, you don't get it. So it's like, are you bodybuilding? Are you trying to like get their gains? So it's like, you guys just don't understand. No, we don't. I think you just can't get out of the closet about it. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm abridging this story massively, but it's still... Yes, brother, you are absolutely right. When I'm in a lying competition. Goodness gracious.
Oh, why is there not just like triangles?
Guys be like, I'm fighting demons. Whole time the demons in question is bisexuality. I mean, quite frankly, look at the Puritans. How'd that work out for them? How'd that work out for everybody who migrated over in the early age of colonialism? But quite frankly, like, God sends their strongest soldiers, their hardest challenges, being burned at the stake for witchcraft, even though I'm a guy.
There were guys that were burned at the stake.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. True.
Oh, actually, not burned at the stake. Labeled as witches. There wasn't actually that many burnings.
To be fair, it was alternative punishments. More weight. More weight. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, that-
cool.
Or drowning.
Or drowning. If they
Lots of
float,
drowning.
they're a witch!
Oh shit, they... Oh wait, they're not floating. Oh shit, they're not
Oh,
floating.
Well,
See?
better safe than sorry.
Red! He'll turn red any second now. Goodness gracious.
And we've gotten through September. Oh, right. Game is up.
Copy that. I'll boot up tabletop in a bit. After I typeset these here, I'll probably like immediately just like import them on the deck tool as soon as possible, just so the fact that we can save it for later. But otherwise, we'll just we'll just get through this. Or I cannot, or it's not that we're playing Moa Mao tonight necessarily. So actually, I can get back to this on my off turns.
Also
Actually,
true.
Yeah, I think that would be a good
Probably can't
idea.
play
Then.
tonight.
What's up?
I probably can't play tonight.
Oh,
Too
good.
late.
Let me well, I guess I'll ping high rollers then.
Summon the lesser counts.
Yeah, I gotta wake up early.
My friend also went to an old boys' store when we were younger. There was one time he started crashing out because he missed girls.
Ball out is a fun thing to say. Thank you, Joe.
most sane crash out. I mean, to be fair, like for us, like after hours, like we were like 5 minutes away from an old girls' school that we paired up with. So like the cheerleaders came to cheer at our games, and then we were like basically their representative, like bigger sports team and whatever stuff like that. We also we got enough, cross culture, I guess if you want to put it that way, when it comes to it, for like theater. Like the girls just came over for the theater roles, because it's not like you don't have guys in drag necessarily out of theater when it comes to it then. But otherwise, we never necessarily had that problem for my school, but I can absolutely see how that would be an absolute crash out for somebody in that case.
all
then.
I heard was the guys were cowards.
Oh, hey, well, not everybody can be as cool as us. I say, living the dream, being an anime girl, being an e-girl, as my IRLs lovingly referred to me as. I mean, they're out of line, but they're right, but they're not wrong. I am an e-girl.
Yeah.
This is over. What, not even a romantic way. I need a girlfriend way. He said he missed that girls when no one didn't do stupid shit 24. Okay, actually, that is so real. Why do guys have shorter life expectancies? The guys in question.
Did you ever see the video of the people who were playing around like an old mining shaft, just throwing fires down it and giggling like idiots? And then, like, someone points at, they hear a whoosh, someone points a camera down the well, and they just see a wall of fire rising to meet them.
I have not seen this travesty of a video, it sounds like. I don't think I necessarily want to. For the sake of why, people? Why? And also, yes, Moa Mao is, Edge, Moa Mao is a very fun name to say. Moa Mao. Or as Cat would call Mao.
Now, how now, sound now, count now.
Mow. Cat popping mouth meme. Mow. I mean, I gotta say something funny. Chartreuse is a French word, and I can't say my own name out here, but I'm Asian. But when I was taking French classes in high school or so, all my French teachers are like, "Ooh, that sounds like such a French name." I'm like, no, this is bona fide 100% Filipino. There's no historical overlap between the French and the Philippines, so I don't know where this is coming from, people. That's a weird and funny thing. And also, it's like, the fact is I just like the color Chartreuse. I'm not trying to French post here when it comes to it.
Yeah, Les French are disgusting.
Je ne sais pas. Je ne parle en français.
I jest for the internet.
For those of you, I just did a funny. I just said, I don't know. I don't speak French. Alright, I'm going to, after I typeset this, actually, I should just go ahead and boot up tabletop, and in the meantime, I'm going to use the restroom, and I just realized, I've been going for 2 hours, and I did not cut up this VOD at all, which means I'm going to have to do it manually. Great, I'm fantastic at my job. Alright, I'm going to use the restroom after I look at city stuff. I once saw my classmate recording a Vine, UNC status. On campus, I saw the phone set up on one side of the student parking lot, person in the corner, and this guy jumping in front of a car. That's it. That was the video. I learned that's why men have shorter lifespans than women. At the very least, the stupidest things that my guys did was just like ride around in the back, just truck culture. Truck yeah, brother! Truck yeah! We didn't do the worst. Like, look, my high school wasn't the worst, but instead, I remember a rival high school committed an act of vandalism by stealing the road by stealing the intersection sign, and number 1 and number 2 on it, which got them in trouble with the police before setting it on fire. Huh? It's not as dangerous as jumping in a car, but that's kind of like, what kind of vendetta do you have against it? Yeah, there's rivalry, and then they're straight up stealing a street sign just so you can defecate on it, and then set it ablaze on fire during a football game, or around the corner of the football game. I don't know. I'm gonna use the restroom. Oh, one more sunny story. There was a giant penis spray on the roof of my school, and we didn't know until they took a drone video to advertise the school. No one knows how long it was there.
Oh my god.
Could have been years, could have been days. I need the Homestar Runner, like soundbite of heh heh heh, senior faint. I need that going on right now. But I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, y'all. Hold on. Did you send an invite to me already? No, you did not. You sent me an invite to the lobby.
Yep, invite sent.
Lovely.
Happy, did you want to come in?
Sure. Ah.
I'll put the link in the integrated.
Alright, I'm going to be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom then, and I'll run ads.
I'm probably gonna head out now.
Later.
See ya.
I cannot view the chat. Let's go.
New plan. I'm going to message you directly.
Fair enough.
Bam. Aha. Try and hide now. Oh, hey, you're in the audio thing. Have you heard about bite breakers at all since the last playtest?
What was that?
Have you heard about bite breakers at all since the last playtest?
No, I haven't. Personally, I don't care about bite breakers that much. It was kind of fun, but I feel like they should do something else. I feel like there's better that they could do for a second game.
Like what?
I'm not sure. I'm not exactly a game developer. Like, I can understand why games work and like what's good about them once they're released, but before that, I can't really say like what would be good.
Fair enough.
I will also be right back. Okay, I'm back.